Internet, good morning. My name is Magnitude, aka Steve, and I bet you dumb idiots who subscribed because I uploaded Pokemon League video thought I was only going to upload Pokemon content. That's not true at all. I upload all kinds of content, but prior to Sunday, not really. But I'm doing it now. Prior to Saturday. But the Draft League draft analysis was a precursor to me resuming my normal uploading, and part of that is Call of Duty, the classic Call of Duty commentaries, where I talk about something with no face cam to bring back the magic that was 2013-ish YouTube around that time. So, and I meant maybe 2009, 2011, the dates don't matter. But if you guys remember Call of Duty commentaries, then you'll remember, how great it was watching Hutch and C-Nanners and X-Jaws and T-Mart and all them. Woody's Gamertag, you guys remember that stuff? That was me. That was all I did, just that stuff. NASA 1, remember that? That was just great stuff. Anyway, doing that myself, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about a game that I'm making, because if you don't follow me on Twitter, you probably aren't aware that I'm making a mobile game. I've already made one mobile game. It's on both app stores. It's not very good objectively, but it's more of a testing ground for me when I'm, making games, and I want to be able to, I want to be able to try things out and see what I actually can do in games, as opposed to not having that. So it's like a working sandbox mode for me. But I'm making a game now, and the Twitter account is in the description of all of my videos. That's the Mag Studios, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that, a little bit about what I'm doing. I kind of might want to use these videos. That guy was terrible. Like, I'm bad at this game, but that guy just... Ugh. So, it just sucks. That's right. But I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about, maybe use these videos as like a weekly sort of update about what I'm doing because it's tough posting on Twitter sometimes, because graphically the game is not anywhere close to where it needs to be. That's because I don't have any of the graphics done. I'm trying to program it. I'm trying to make sure it works mechanically, and I'm trying to make sure that things operate as they should. Why am I gonna put all this time into making things look nice if I'm gonna have to eventually change it because it doesn't work the way I want it to anyway? And so, but I've been working on. So a big thing that I've been trying to get done with this is I want to make it so that I can load in new content without the player needing to update the app. Obviously, for some things they'll have to update, certain things they will, but I want to be able to add new monsters and new attacks and new items, and I can do that. I finally figured out how to do that. I can do it so that you never have to. You won't have to You don't have to re-update the app to get that new content, because prior to that, but I know for bug fixes that just is going to be a thing, because the nature of new content is more visuals and not actually coding. So if you actually change something in the coding, then you have to, you have to force an update. That's just how it goes. But I can add new monsters. I can add new items. I can add entirely new, scenes or pages or screens. So one of the big things I was trying to also do is to cut down on the app size when the download starts, or when the app size when the player goes to get it. So so it's helpful that you'll see an app in the App Store and there might be 300 megabytes of content, but if the app itself is only 65 megabytes, then it's way more likely to be updated and downloaded, because all the other stuff is downloaded as the app runs. So it'll check to see if a certain monster exists. Now, I've done this through the use of an internal database system. So I have, I created an object, and it has all these parameters. And essentially, I go, okay, pull the information from a database, and I have the database as one of those updatable objects as well, so I can make changes to that database without actually making the user update. So if I add another monster to the monster row database, right, and then I add a visual object in the game that represents that monster's sprite, I can do those things very simply, add them to the game's updatable resources, publish those on a server, and then without ever having to update the app, if you just kind of go on the next day, or 4 seconds after it's been done, and you happen to encounter that monster, it'll download the monster. It'll be like, hey, I don't have this data yet that's of this name. I'm going to go and download it and make it available for you. So that's something huge that I was working on for a little while, and honestly it ended up not being as difficult as I thought it was going to be, which is nice, because when I went into it, I thought it was going to be incredibly difficult. But that means one of two things, right? That either means I've got a grasp on this shit, which is fantastic, or that it's not as difficult as I had made it out to be previously, so you know, which is nice as well because it means I won't have to expend that much mental energy trying to do this, and I can spend more time worrying about, you know, adding new features and adding things that, you know, that adding additions as opposed to just making it work. I can focus on making it work better, which is a very fantastic feeling to have. So if you followed that, you know, great. I realize there was some coding here. This is also the first time I've ever gotten a wheel sim, because prior to this, I pretty much only had the VTOL jet applied. And so you'll see some amateur. They let anyone drive these fucking things. You don't even need a goddamn license. Look at that shit. That's a hazard. They just let me, some random moron, just drive around with this mini tank with a gun on it, and that's just a hazard. That's just no one's happy. Look at that, right into a fucking crate. You know why? What's even the point? But I was able. Look at this. It's poor. My aim is just. Oh my goodness. Why do they? I cannot believe this is terrible. That was rough to watch at the end. It was. But so that's kind of what I've been doing with the game recently, getting that system down, and it is down, and it works. And that's that. But this has just been another Call of Duty commentary. Not at all what you subscribe for, I imagine. But either way, that's not your call. You know, it's mine. There'll be videos of different natures at some point. Either way, guys, I'll see y'all next time. Good night.